Hello and welcome to The Big Picture. The concept of interreligious marriages has always been known in this country for decades, if not for centuries, right into the times when Mughal emperors were marrying Hindu princesses or even commoners. Every other day, even today, we keep hearing about people marrying outside their caste and religion, even though they are not in large numbers. However, these marriages, especially between a Hindu girl and a Muslim boy, are now being dubbed by certain sections as love jihad. First heard in Kerala and coastal Karnataka, this concept is now increasingly being heard in Uttar Pradesh. The BJP leaders at the state executive meet in Vrindavan earlier this week were heard fulminating about this so-called deliberate attempt by the Muslims to lure Hindu girls, though later they did not bring it into the resolutions. One of the leading BJP figures of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, who is leading the party's campaign for the bypolls next month, has said, however, in so many words, that love jihad will be an issue in the elections. Now, is this so-called love jihad a real problem which threatens Hindu women, as it is claimed, or is this just a cynical political strategy aimed at polarizing voters and gain votes? We will discuss all this today with Swami Agnivesh, social worker and Arya Samaj leader, Dr. Rakesh Ranjan, spokesperson of the Akhil Bharat Hindu Mahasabha, Manisha Sethi, president of the Jamia Teachers Solidarity Association, Prafulla Ketkar, editor, Organiser Weekly, and Apurvanand, a teacher in the Delhi University and also a writer. Welcome to all of you. Rakesh Ranjanji, Hindu women are in danger and that is why this needs to be stopped. Is this the message of what you people are trying to say?
Well, it's very important to understand what love jihad is.
Yes.
Jihad, of course, is a war against Hindus. And
jihad is a war against Hindus?
Yes, a war against anybody who is infidel. In current pretext, it is Hindus in this country, where by taking Hindu women in fold of Islam, bring the country, this nation under Islamic fold is the bigger agenda. And it has been endorsed right from the time of Prophet Muhammad, who himself had a couple of women abducted and married to him, forcibly, not married, rather forcibly kept.
They were not
Maria and Rehana. No, they were not Muslim
women.
No, they were not Hindus. Of course, they were not Hindus, but they were not Muslims also. Like Maria and Rehana is a very popular name in, if you go to Hadith. Or even, the love jihad is a concept which has been endorsed in Quran Sharif. If you see Surah An-Nisa, ayat number 24, and that various description given by various scholars, creates a situation where Muslims are, encouraged to take Hindu girls, or for that matter, any girl belonging to other faith or other religion, non-Islamic faith, in fold of Islam, to produce more and more Muslim. And they are literally used for, producing more and more children so that the Muslim population increases. And
why is it? Okay, please continue.
And at the same time, the breeding stock of the other faith decreases because the women has gone to the fold of Islam. So that's very simple. And if you, I will urge all the scholars here, or for that matter, our audience, that they should go through Islamic scriptures and literature.
So what is that?
So that will make you very clear what Islamic
okay, you told us
the
concept and the history, but how does it apply today?
No, it is applying right from last 1400 years.
In India?
And in India also, yes.
But still the Muslims have not become a majority in this country, unfortunately.
You have already lost what is today's Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan.
Okay.
That is the result of that.
Okay.
You can't deny.
So,
the way Muslim population has increased, even in this divided India, in last 50, 60 years, is threatening existence of Hindus.
And in the latest context, what we hear happening in Uttar Pradesh and things like that, this is part of that overall strategy.
Yes, of course, it is a part of overall strategy.
Overall strategy of you people to see that this doesn't happen, the Muslim population doesn't increase. Is that what?
It is not only the Muslim population doesn't increase. You have to see in wider perspective. It is the ladies who are taken out from any other fold, non-Muslim fold to Islam, they are used as sex slave, literally, to produce more and more children. And this has been endorsed in Islamic scriptures.
Endorsed in Islamic scriptures?
Of course.
That they should be doing that.
I'm carrying Quran Sharif and Hadith today.
We'll come back to that. Swami Agnivesh, I want your, how do you look at this whole concept, and how do you look at what he has said, and the thinking behind what we see is happening now all over Western UP? I mean, it is being spread all over the country.
Well, Girish ji, as you know, I belong to this movement called Arya Samaj, and we have been in fact promoting inter-caste, interreligious marriages. The founder of Arya Samaj, Swami Dayanand, believed that the whole of humanity is like one family, and therefore marriages should take place and can take place among people who have sort of, sharing a common action, talent and aptitude. What they say in Hindi, गुण कर्म स्वभाव की समानता में मानव मात्र में रोटी बेटी का व्यवहार होना चाहिए. इसका नाम है आर्य समाज. Most of the marriages, if you find out, take place only at Arya Samaj centers, where we give a certificate under Hindu Marriage Act also. Once they become members of Arya Samaj, we will not even insist for their conversion or whatever reconversion.
Regardless of which religion they belong to?
Yes.
These marriages which the Arya Samaj, you people at the Arya Samaj conduct, is not between just the different castes of the Hindu religion, but it can be from...
This is marriage between Arya Samaj people.
So they first have to convert themselves.
Once they become member of Arya Samaj,
whoever, from whichever religion,
human being, because human beings can only intermarry, that's all. So that's the only criteria, and we encourage it, we promote it rather, because we see it one of the best ways to promote, to create a casteless society and to fight against this communalism, bad blood. I do not agree with my friends here that whatever has been happening there in, say, Arab countries or here and there, that's not the situation here. In fact, the number of Muslims or Christians, if they are, in such threatening numbers, as my colleague believes, it's precisely because of the Hindu mindset, the Hindutva mindset, the Brahminical mindset. They treated their own Hindu brothers and sisters worse than dogs. And that's why they had to go and embrace
other religions.
Islam. See, if only they had followed the Vedas and they had followed the Upanishads, that we have to treat every human being as ourselves, then this problem would not have been there. But in some of their, concocted ways and means, they try to believe that no, higher caste, lower caste. What is this caste system? If at all they have an agenda for the elections, I would like to suggest them as a friend. Let them come up, say that all Hindus, whoever calls themselves a Hindu, will be allowed to intermarry, interdine and intermarriage. Let them make this as an issue, and that itself will create a new vigor, new energy in the Hindu society.
Okay, you want to react very quickly before I go to Manisha.
What Swamiji is saying, so are you marrying Hindu girls to become Muslims? A. Was Swami Dayanand was endorsing that? B. C. Hindu Mahasabha conducts interfaith marriages. We do not believe in caste. The first condition to become a member of Hindu Mahasabha is you will have to denounce your caste. So caste has no basis in Hinduism.
That's what you think?
Yeah, that's what, no, we practice it. Whenever we also marry Muslim girls or Christian girls with Hindu boys, or for that matter, whomever want to come to in fold of Hinduism, maybe a Hindu girl and a Muslim boy, if they want to accept Hinduism, they come to Hindu Mahasabha and we conduct the ceremony and issue them certificate.
Then, so what is the problem?
The problem is,
if you are also doing this, so what is the problem?
Just a moment, sir. This has not been objected to any other faith. We have not said that Jews are coming and creating love jihad. We are not telling that Christians are coming and conducting love jihad. It is only because Islam has endorsed this, and it is in organized faith they are doing this.
Dr. Rakesh, Ranjan, you are saying that Hindu Mahasabha, in your thing, you will allow a Muslim boy and a Hindu girl to get married in your Hindu Mahasabha?
Provided both of them become Hindu.
Provided both of them become
Hindu? Yes,
Hindu.
Absolutely.
So you have a problem if this happens the other way around.
How do they become Hindu?
How do they become
overnight or over a few minutes?
It is only, it's not overnight. It is the teaching, and if they understand, we give them scriptures, we give them training, we give them literature. So if the Muslims, and if they are convinced, then only they are admitted. So it's not that it's just a paper conversion.
Dr. Rakesh, Ranjan, please clarify to me. So but you don't have a problem with that converting a Muslim into a Hindu, but you have a problem when a Hindu converts to a Muslim.
Hold on.
Is that the problem?
There are two issues.
No, I'm trying to understand what
please, let me explain. If a Hindu is willingly going in the fold of Islam, nobody can object in this country, because this is a constitutional right granted to every Indian citizen. But
I'm glad you accept that.
Yes, I do accept. This is the law of the land.
Yes.
So everybody has to accept it. The issue is when, in an organized way, innocent Hindu girls are fooled, by what you call love jihad is a manifesto.
How are they fooled?
How they are fooled? Al-Taqiyah is used against them.
What is Al-Taqiyah?
Al-Taqiyah is impersonation,
Okay.
Impersonate the identity. You present yourself something else. Then later on she discovers that no, I have been married to a Muslim.
I think we'll have to carry the discussion forward. Manisha incidentally happens to be a Hindu girl, very much a Hindu girl, continues to be one, married to a Muslim. And her husband is a professor in the JNU.
We're both atheists.
Okay, and Manisha? So, I mean,
how
do you like to react to
Yeah, I'd like to pick on a phrase that you used.
Yes.
Breeding stock of Hindus declines when women go on into the Muslim
Yes.
world. So basically what you're doing here is looking at women as breeders. As some kind of,
That's the picture of, that's the creation of Islam.
One second, let him
That's what you are saying, sir.
It's outrageous.
That's what you are saying, sir. That the breeding stock of Hindus are declining.
Dr. Rakesh, Ranjan, let her speak. She didn't interfere when you were speaking.
That is the ideology, that is the kind of mindset that these people have, that the breeding stock of Hindus will decline, women, these moral panics have been created.
So
will you allow
Let her speak.
Yes, please.
Let her speak. She is a classic example of what we are talking today, so she should have her say.
So that is their idea, that women are some kind of, women are being fooled. I mean, our Hindu, I agree
Manisha, were you fooled into getting married, Tanveer? Were you lured into it? Do you know anybody else who has been lured into it?
I know. I can bring over 1,000 examples.
No, there
has been no example. Please, kindly. There is no evidence at all of any organized attempt to.
I have even.
One second, we'll come to that. You can give us examples. Yes, we'll love to have it. Yes, but let her have it.
The point here is that all majoritarian projects, and Hindutva is certainly one, they thrive on the idea of racial purity, where women are seen as embodiments of purity and of culture, and they have to be protected. Not only do they have to be protected, they have to be disciplined, they have to be controlled. They cannot take their own choices. They do not have their own agency. So that is the kind of picture that is presented, that these foolish Hindu women are being lured and seduced into converting into Islam.
One second. Let me get the other guest I have here, Prafulla Ketkar. How would you look at it? You are the editor of the Organiser weekly. I was going through some of your issues there. Your weekly has also raised these issues several times. You think that this is an issue which is being used as a political tool by certain political forces?
See, we first have to understand that we are not discussing interreligious marriages here. There are various examples of interreligious marriages and no one should have objection to it. All adult individuals have the right to choose their life partners. The issue what we are discussing today, the problem with all the secularists, emancipationists is when it comes to Hindu traditions, they brand it communalism, conservatism, but the moment it is a problem in some other faiths, they just outrightly deny it. Why don't we look at it like any other gender justice issue? Like take case of Tara Sahadev.
Okay.
What happened in that case? It's a case of fraud, cheating, misrepresentation. Love jihad is nothing but fraud, cheating and misrepresentation of Muslim boys to get hold of, and this is not only Hindutva project, mind you, Manisha. This is Jack Straw, who is former secretary, British secretary, he himself said about white women, Sikh girls in Britain. In WikiLeaks, some British diplomats mailed it to their American officers that this is happening in southern India. An independent inquiry conducted by
what is happening?
This larger project of love jihad that is happening in southern part of India, which has moved northwards now, that is a problem. Jharkhand, Bihar, Assam and Uttar Pradesh, we are finding
Mr.
such a lot of cases.
No, Mr. Ketkar, sorry, Mr. Ketkar, sorry to intervene. No, you spoke first about gender justice.
Yes.
Are these issues of gender justice, or are these issues of conversions being done by certain forces with a pre-planned strategy to increase their own stock?
No. It is. See, whatever their strategy is.
My question is, according to you, what is their strategy?
This may be their strategy. What is
You're not sure.
What is the problem in discussing and deliberating it as a social problem? That's the question.
I don't think anybody has a problem with discussing it as a social problem.
No,
one second.
This has been discussed from 2006. The problem is, in Tara Sahdev case, all the secularists came forward. They couldn't see her marks.
I think you're
denied her version. They denied her version. The problem is there. They denied her version.
Mr. Ketkar, sorry, let us not get into specific cases. We are talking of larger issues.
Why
this is not about the specific cases which is happening here and there.
Why not?
I want to know your concept. I want to know your concept of when you say that we should discuss this as a gender issue, as a social justice issue. I don't think anybody should have a problem. Then why give it or label it as love jihad, which is obviously the concept itself which is being pushed ahead, is clearly an indication against a particular religion, against a particular caste, against a particular group, and there is. Don't you see the political intentions behind it?
No, you are saying a political intentions behind it.
You don't see.
See, the simple reason is, just tell me,
yes.
There is an independent inquiry conducted by a Chennai-based NGO called Voice for Justice. There are certain cases inquired by Kerala High Court, in which they said there are possibilities of foreign funding, invisible organizations, active in such projects.
That's not true.
That is true.
That is not true. That is not true. That is not true.
I can read out.
You're also not sure. You said possibility.
I can read out. No.
Okay, Ketkar, I'll come back to you. Ketkar, I'll come back to you. Let me get the other guest in. Apurvanand, the issue is, how many cases of such forced marriages have taken place? I'm sure Rakesh, Ranjan will give us more information on that. But, the issue is, how do you look at this whole issue? If as Mr. Ketkar says that it should be discussed as an issue of social justice, gender justice, is there going to be any problem with for anybody?
I think what has happened after demolition of Babri Masjid is that BJP and RSS have lost the plot. And the issue of Ram Janmabhoomi no longer works. So they were looking for an issue. And in this love jihad, they have found a potent issue. And they started experimenting with it in Gujarat in 2005, 6 and 7. And I found evidences of it in the pamphlet issued by Babu Bajrangi in 2007, in which he said that our daughters are live bombs and they need to be protected. And they are being abducted, lured, innocent daughters by these lumpen Muslims. And he gave his telephone number and his email ID and his office address, addressing parents to come to the aid of their daughters and to save them and to come to Babu Bajrangi. And he is...
Who is Babu Bajrangi?
Babu
Bajrangi is one of the convicted people in the Gujarat riots.
Yes. Okay. So this is a campaign they started in 2005 and 6 in Gujarat. And from there they took it to Kerala. And from Kerala they took it to Karnataka. And from Karnataka they have brought it to Uttar Pradesh and now Jharkhand. All these states are poll bound. Yogi Adityanath is on record. He says that in these by-polls, love jihad is going to be an issue.
He said that today itself.
And now what NDTV has found, what Srinivasan Jain has found, no substance in the allegation of Bharatiya Janata Party and Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh of the cases of love jihad in Muzaffarnagar. What I find in these gentlemen is an echo that is coming from 1920 and 24. I have with me an article by Charu Gupta, a historian,
Yes.
and she discusses these pamphlets, Hindu औरतों की लूट, Hindu स्त्रियों की लूट का कारण, हमारा भीषण ह्रास, and what they
This
say.
was interestingly, this was a 1920s pamphlet.
20s, and it is again Muzaffarnagar. It is again West Uttar Pradesh, and it involved Arya Samaj people, unfortunately.
That is an interesting thing I would like to come to.
So,
how Arya Samaj got involved in this in the 1920s, you're talking about, Dayanand Saraswati's aims were, we thought were different, but it's very surprising to find Arya Samaj being involved in this kind of thing in the 1920s.
There are all sorts of infiltration in the Arya Samaj movement. Right now, we're fighting back because the RSS cadres and some of these Hindutva cadres trying to capture Arya Samaj. So,
okay, quickly, Apurvanand, before I move on. So, what you're trying to say is that this is not a new thing. It's almost 100 years old. We see the same kind of kind of slogans and words being used nearly 100 years ago.
And if Hindu women were being looted, abducted in the number of thousands, how is it that they still remain Hindus?
Dr. Rakesh, Ranjan, you have to say this. One more thing I need you to answer. I was going through your website, Akhil Bharat Hindu Mahasabha website. Right. I was going through your objects of the Hindu Mahasabha. One of the objects is very interesting. It says to promote the glorious ideals of Aryan womanhood and to establish ashrams for the protection, education and vocational training of women and children. What are these glorious ideals of Aryan womanhood? I would like to know. And I'm sure everybody will
Well, most of you probably have mistaken. Hindu Mahasabha is an organization which works and functions on ideals of Veer Savarkar, Swami Shraddhanand, who was 3-term president of Hindu Mahasabha. In those days, he was called Hindu Rashtrapati, Bhai Parmanand, Lala Lajpat Rai, and all of these stalwarts were always against casteism. One of the reasons why we conduct marriages in our office premises, the concept of Adarsh Vivah was given by Hindu Mahasabha.
Aryan womanhood. I would like to know what is Aryan womanhood.
Aryan woman means the women following the principles of Arya Samaj or Arya Siddhanta.
Would you agree with that, Swami Agnivesh?
Well, I'm ready to accept whatever he's saying.
Is Aryan and Arya Samaj, he's trying to...
No.
Sorry?
What happens to Adivasi women for that?
There is nothing like Adivasi. It is something related to concept, ideology. Anybody of any caste, creed, race...
Would you agree with that concept which is propagating?
Can become Arya.
As long as he stands for a casteless society,
yes,
a society free of communalism,
it is our organization which is fighting for a casteless society right from 1920s. In 1937, Hindu Mahasabha moved a petition to the then Viceroy that castes must be abolished in the same way.
Caste must be abolished, is great.
No, let me finish my sentence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please
Caste must be abolished the way Sati Pratha and has been abolished from this country. The same way, we must enact a law making caste illegal completely.
That is okay. We are discussing this love jihad concept.
He mentioned that. That's why I'm
okay, fine. You have answered that. Now, my question was that you are people talking about Aryan womanhood and all. You said earlier that Hindu women are being lured by these Muslim boys in a very organized manner. Yeah. And the point which Apurvanand raised, this is not new. What you people are talking today is 100 years old. And if in the last,
we are not talking about Parsis, we are not talking about Yehudis, we are not talking about any
Muslims. You're talking only about Muslims and Islam.
Here is the concept of
there is no confusion in that. There is no confusion in that.
All ladies who are non-Muslim,
but
they are Malik Ganimat for them.
But my question is, what is the evidence you have to show that there has been this large-scale conversions or Hindu women coming into danger because of this very organized attempt to create this kind of a situation? Do you have any?
Have to be very clear. If there is any case of forced marriage,
yes,
or any fraud being committed.
It's a crime.
Yeah, it's a crime.
It's a crime.
So we are not taking that into account at all. That cannot be considered to be a part of any love or any jihad or anything like that.
No.
Outright criminality, they must be punished.
So all these outright criminality is a manifestation of love.
See, Girish, a 2-year-long inquiry by Kerala CID, by Kerala Police, a 2-year-long inquiry by Karnataka Police and Karnataka CID. What does it say? A campaign without substance. And after that, a criminal case was registered against the website www.hindujagriti.com, which had propagated it. And the same our gentlemen are doing here. Without any evidence.
National TV
there
saying
is
that
no
there
evidence.
was some credibility found in the allegation, which is completely false.
Completely
false.
See.
No,
Yes.
Prafulla Ketkar, my question is, please listen to my question. My question is this, that in the last few days, during this week itself, we have seen the BJP leaders in Uttar Pradesh very vocally talking about love jihad in their state executive meet. Later, of course, it was not part of the resolution. Now Yogi Adityanath says that love jihad will be a part of it will be one of the issues in the campaign for the by-elections which are going to be held next month. So you think that this is a strategy being used for political purposes with the elections which are going to be held next month in mind, and also the coming in future elections also.
See, please try and understand that Kerala is no poll-bound state, Tamil Nadu is no poll-bound state.
We don't hear that happening there.
Listen.
About it in Kerala and Tamil Nadu.
If you don't want me to complete, then you can carry on your discussion.
Please address my question.
Listen. That's what I'm doing.
Yes.
But there is a background to this discussion. Some people have raised certain points, so let me clarify that and then come to your question.
Please do. We don't have much time. That is why I'm hurrying you up.
Don't link it to just politics. There is a larger issue involved in it. If we go in a denial mode, then there will be, you don't count just in terms of scale. The same case which investigated by Kerala High Court, in the same judgment, Kerala High Court has indicted all the 3 people, though said 3 cases. Right. No, absolutely not.
No, that's not true.
Manisha, the case gentleman was referring, in the same case, Kerala court said that there is a probability, though there is no substance.
Ketkar,
see, listen.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
1 minute.
Listen,
Manisha.
let me
Ketkar, we are running out of time. Sorry.
Love for justice. Read Love for Justice.
Sorry, Ketkar. This has not happened deliberately, I can tell you. There is some technical problem there. We'll go back to him. Rakesh, Ranjan, very quickly. When you say that when you say that Muslim marrying a Hindu is a problem, you don't have a problem. A Muslim man marrying a Hindu girl is a problem, right? Hindu girl marrying a Muslim man, you have no problem. Hindu man marrying a Muslim girl, you have no problem.
Going in a wrong direction. Marrying a Hindu marries a Muslim or a Muslim marries a Hindu is not a problem for Hindu Mahasabha as long as they belong to any of the faith. As far as Hindu Mahasabha is concerned, any of the faith of this land. Not only Hindus, okay?
So what is the faith of this land?
Hold on. Let me answer.
What is the faith of this land?
What is the faith of this land?
I'll come to that.
What is the faith of this land?
I'll explain you. Don't worry.
No, we don't have too much time to explain.
No, you don't have too much time, but let me answer first. The question you asked, we have no problem.
You have no problem.
The problem is when there is an organized attempt.
There is no evidence of any organized attempt.
Manisha, listen.
You spread rumors.
Listen.
Working in a very yes. There is no evidence at all.
And liars.
Okay, one second.
Listen.
Ketkar, 1 second. Organiser, I went through your website. I tried to locate any articles where you have any specific instances or any, evidence of this kind of thing in large scale. Now you are saying that there are 3 cases in Kerala. I don't know how many cases you know about in Tamil Nadu or Karnataka. In UP, do you have any specific instances or number of cases?
Yes.
Can you tell us very quickly? We have to end now.
Listen. The issue did not start with Uttar Pradesh. It started with Jharkhand. 2 cases have recently found
2 cases in Jharkhand.
Listen.
Uttar Pradesh, any cases?
Listen, in all these cases, wherever it has happened, one specific trend is found. The trend is a Muslim boy is projecting himself with different religion. One,
Please
secondly,
now you're I'm sorry, Ketkar, you're not answering my question. You're going on a completely different thing. Yes, Swami Agnivesh ji, last words to you.
See, where this money coming from? Tell me, where is this money coming from?
अभी जब नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने लाल किले के प्राचीर से एक बहुत जोरदार राष्ट्र का आह्वान करते हुए कहा कि जातिवाद और सांप्रदायिकता को मिटाना चाहिए और 10 साल के लिए मोरेटोरियम लगाना चाहिए, मैंने उनको कांग्रेचुलेट किया। आज मैं पूछना चाहता हूं नरेंद्र मोदी जी से, आपने योगी आदित्यनाथ को इलेक्शन का इंचार्ज बना दिया, क्या उनकी ये क्रेडेंशियल्स हैं कि वो सांप्रदायिकता से ऊपर उठे हुए हैं? उनकी पूरी इमेज सांप्रदायिक राजनीति करने की है। मुझे दुख हो रहा है कि प्रधानमंत्री कुछ कह रहे हैं और कुछ अलग नजर आ रहा है।
I think on that note we need to end. Sorry, we completely run out of time, gentlemen. I don't think I can add anything more to what Swami Agnivesh said, but this is an issue which can, if it is not controlled at the right time, and it can gain very serious proportions all over the country. I hope the people will hear what Prime Minister Narendra Modi said on that day at the Red Fort. Thanks to all my guests, Dr. Rakesh, Ranjan, Manisha, Sethi, Swami Agnivesh, Apurvanand and Prafulla Ketkar. Please keep watching. We'll come back with another issue in the big picture, same time on Monday. Meanwhile, have a great weekend.